we were watching what was happening yesterday as people who are curious about history, about American politics. But for you, it was personal, wasn't it? Kamala Harris is the vice president, but she's also your childhood friend.
Yes, Kamala and I grew up in the 1970s together in Berkeley, California. We lived around the corner from each other, and we bused to school from the West Berkeley Flatlands, where we lived, up to the Berkeley Hills. We desegregated the Berkeley Public Schools. We were the second class to desegregate the Berkeley Public Schools together.
I mean, that was an incredible. Sorry to come in there. That was an incredible moment in and of itself as America was beginning to open up.
Yes, I mean, you know, America was going through a lot of changes in the 60s and 70s. And Berkeley actually, you know, decided on its own that they needed to integrate their schools. So what they did was they created a busing program that bused kids from the Berkeley Flatlands, where Kamala and myself lived, up to the Berkeley Hills. And then the kids that lived in the Berkeley Hill area were bused down to the West Berkeley Flatlands. We had a lot of white families that left, actually, the Berkeley area and moved into the suburbs because they didn't want to do the busing. Kamala and I enjoyed it. I mean, from what I recall, Kamala talking about, you know, she had a good experience with it. I know I did. She grew up in the Flatlands, which was a red-lined neighborhood, and primarily immigrants, black people, people of color. It was a very rich, wonderful neighborhood that we grew up in, with very different socioeconomic classes as well as cultural integration.
Yeah.
So it was very enriching, a very enriching experience. We had the first black mayor for Berkeley that lived just a few houses away from us. So it was an amazing upbringing for both of us.
Your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.